Crazy. All right, good morning, everyone. Hi, my name is Claire. I am your instructor. I'm going to read our waiver and then we can go ahead and get started. So in order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you are participating in a yoga class or class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. And with that, we can go ahead and get started. For today's class, you will just need a mat or carpeted area. You have the option to use some light hand weights during our bar section, around 1 to 3 pounds, and a chair, desk, somewhere around waist height to set your hands during our bar portion. But with that, we can go ahead and get started. We're gonna have our feet at shoulder distance apart, slight bend in those legs, and we're just gonna start by rolling our shoulders backwards and adding in a slight plie or bend of those legs as we roll those shoulders. Just maybe deepening that plie with each roll, feeling our body warm up. Good. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're just going to switch directions going forward. Feeling that nice deep roll, those shoulders wake up this morning. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to get our heart rate a little bit more raised, bringing our hands right in front of us and going into a nice standing march. So bringing our knees to around 90 degrees, tapping those legs, just starting off here. And if you want, you can add in those arms, bringing your arms above your head and drawing them down to your sides. You're now waking up our whole body, getting that heart rate a little bit more raised. Good. We have 8, 4, 2, and 1. Now we'll add a twist. So opposite elbow to opposite knee. Feeling that core start to engage. Everything wake up. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're now going to get a little bit more acquainted with our positions for ballet and get our legs and everything a bit more warm. So we're going to start in first position. First position is a nice slight V of those legs. You want those feet to be slightly touching, if not touching. And we're just going to then shoot our legs out into a nice wide second position. That means our feet are a little bit more than shoulder distance apart, toes turned out. We're now going to go into grand plie for this. So bending those legs, letting those knees go out to the side with a nice neutral spine coming down to the ground. And then we're just going to bring our legs together back into first position on the other side. So we're going second position plie, first position plie. Just nice little walks. We can add in our hands, bringing them in front of us, and then to the side. Good. Really deepening that plie when we come down to wake up those legs. Nice deep plie. Also waking up those arms as we incorporate those in. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. This time when we come down, we're going to stay down. We're going to lift that right heel off the mat, and we're going to pulse down, bringing those arms down below, in front of us, and above us. Just tiny lifts and lowers for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering that right heel, now lifting our left heel. We're doing the same thing. We can reverse the direction of those arms. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're now going to bring those arms above our head while straightening those legs and then coming down to our side. Drawing a nice big circle with those arms, really taking up as much space as you can to really warm up that body. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're now going to turn those toes so they're facing towards the front of the room. We're going to shift our weight to our right leg, shooting those hips back for a nice deep low lunge. So you want that right knee above that right ankle, toes facing forward. Then we can straighten back out. So coming down, bringing those arms in front of you and back out. Feeling that nice stretch on that left inner thigh. Coming down and up. Slow, full body movements. We have 4 more and then we'll add on. 3, 2, and 1. This time we'll bring our left hand to our right foot with a nice T twist. So that right arm goes up towards the ceiling, that left arm towards your toe. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying down now. We're going to flip that toe so it's facing towards the side of the room now. So we're now in a nice deep low lunge. Feeling that stretch on our glute. Before planting that left leg back behind us for a nice hamstring stretch, rubbing behind that right leg. Good. Feeling that stretch before waterfalling those hands up above us. And we'll just repeat that all on the other side. So nice wide stance, toes facing forward. We're going to shoot those hips back, shifting our weight to our left side now. Left knee still above that left ankle, and then we'll straighten again. Good. Feeling those muscles wake up. I'm certainly needing it this lovely morning during finals. Good. We have 8 more, and then we'll incorporate it. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll add in that twist, so right hand to left foot and straighten. So we're coming down and straighten, twisting up towards the ceiling with that left hand. Really feeling that stretch in that right inner thigh. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. This time when we come down, we're going to turn that toe so it's facing towards the side of the room. So now we're in that nice deep low runner's lunge with our left leg forward, feeling that stretch in our left glute. Good. Before planting that right leg behind our left, straightening both of them to stretch that left hamstring a bit more, rubbing behind your leg. Good. And then we can waterfall those hands back up to standing. We have one more little portion of our warm-up to get us down towards the mat. So coming to the end of your mat, we're going to bring our arms above our head, nice flat back. We're going to bring them down, and then we'll curve our spine so we're touching our toes, maybe bending our right leg, then our left leg. Just a few rhythmic stretches. Good. For walking those fingers out to the end of your mat for our plank position. For our plank position, you want a nice long flat body, core engaged, drawing a straight line from your shoulders to your wrists, fingers nice and spread out, feeling that energy spiral throughout your body. And then we can shoot those hips back for a nice downward dog. Maybe pedaling those feet once more to feel that stretch. Good. To finish up today's warm-up, we're going to be doing a 3-legged dog stretch and bringing our knee across our body. So shoot that right leg up towards the ceiling as high as you can, but while still staying comfortable. And then bringing it across your body, right knee to left elbow. And then coming back into that downward dog. We're doing 5. So that was 1. This is 2. Out. 3. 4. This is 5. Good. And then we can bring that right leg down and lift that left leg up towards the sky and bring our left knee to our right elbow. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. You can come back down into that downward dog. Lower those knees to the mat. Shoot your hips back and join me in child's pose for a nice stretch. That finishes up our warm-up. So if you want to join me in grabbing a quick sip of water, I encourage you to do so. We're now going into our upper body workout for today. We'll be starting with a few exercises on the mat, and then we'll go into standing to finish up with some weighted arm exercises. Our arm exercises are some push-ups, but they're a little bit different just to change things up and make sure that we're not getting just bored of the regular push-ups. So once you're done with that quick sip of water, if you want to join me back on your mat, we're going to come back into that plank position, but you have a few options here. You can keep those knees on the mat like so. You can walk them a little bit forward and go into a tabletop position, or you can come up on your toes and do a full push-up. Those are your options. What we're going to be doing is shooting those elbows out to the side, coming down, up. We're doing 2, so that's 1, that's 2, and then we're going to stay down and pulse to 3, 2, 1, straighten. That's our combination. So keeping that in mind, we're doing that 5 times here. We'll do something in the middle to change it up, and then we'll do it another 5 times. So keeping that in mind, choosing whatever option you want, either on those knees, on those toes, or in tabletop position. We're planting those arms nice on the ground, fingers nice and spread out, core engaged. We're using our upper body and our elbows to lower our chest as close to the mat as we can, starting now. We're going 1, 2, and then we pulse 3, 2, 1. That's 1. We're going 1, 2, stay down, we're pulsing 3, 2, 1. That's 2, 1, 2. Stay down, pulse 3, 2, 1. That's 3. So we're going down, 2, pulse 3, 2, 1. That's 4. We have 1 more, down, 2, pulse 3, 2, 1. That's 5. Take a moment, shoot back your hips into child's pose. We will repeat that on the other side, but we're going to do something in between to change it up a bit. So joining me on your side, we're going to be targeting our upper arm. So for me, that's my right arm. Coming down to the side, you're going to wrap that inner arm around your body. You're letting that hand grasp on your side, stacking those legs on top of each other's hips evenly stacked. We're going to plant our right hand right by our shoulder, fingers nice and spread out, and we're going to be only using this to lift our upper body up to off the mat. So planting that hand on the ground, you're just going to lift yourself up and then lower down. Good. So that's 1, 2, 3. So nice and controlled lifts up. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. We're doing 12, I forgot to say. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good job. Take a moment, rest your hands, your arms. We're going to repeat that all on the other side. So we're doing those 5 push-up sets, and then we'll go to our left arm to target that a bit. So if you want, you can flip sides or stay the same, whatever you want. Once again, you have those options. Those knees can be on the mat. You can be in tabletop position and just lower like so. Or you can come up on your toes and do the push-ups from there. It's whatever option feels right for you this morning. Just picking whatever one you want. If you want to add an option from your last time, you can keep it the same, whatever feels right. Joining me now, however, we're going to start with those 5 push-ups, starting in 3, 2, 1. So we lower down, up, down, 2, stay down, pulse, 3, 2, 1, that's 1. So we're going down, 2, pulse, 3, 2, 1, that's 2. We're going down, up, down, up, stay down, pulse, 3, 2, 1, that's 3, down, up, down, up, pulse, 3, 2, 1, that's 4. We have one more. We're going down, up, down, up, stay down, pulse, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Shoot those hips back. Take that weight off those wrists for a second. Great work, everyone. You guys are doing great. That's a challenging set. I'm feeling that in my arms, so you guys are doing great. We're going to finish up this seated arm section by targeting our left bicep now. So coming onto your side, stacking those legs on top of each other, wrapping that bottom arm, so for me that's my right arm, around your body, and planting that left arm right by your shoulders, fingers nice and spread out. We're doing 12 of these, starting in 3, 2, 1. So we're lifting up and then lowering down for 1. Really feeling that in our arm here, our biceps and our triceps. That was 3, 4. This is nice controlled lift up and down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Good job. You can come up into a seated position. That finishes up this seated arm section. Let's stretch out those wrists really quickly before we go into standing. So flipping those hands so they're facing in towards the mat at the top of them and pressing your weight into them, stretching out those wrists. I always say I like doing these also after I write, because I've come to realize I don't actually physically write that much anymore. My wrists get sore very easily. If you want, you can now roll out those hands, rolling out those wrists, feeling them stretch out. Good. We can come into standing now. If you want, you have the option to grab those light hand weights. I also encourage you to grab a quick sip of water with me. We're going into our standing hand section now, and arms. I always say hands. People joke about that with me. I don't know why. All right, so we're going to start in a nice wide stance. Our feet are turned out. This is our second position stance that we are doing during our warm-up. And we're going to come down into plie, bicep curl, and straighten. And we can add in a straighten. So we're coming up and then down. Good. So our elbows are planted right by our sides. We're just using those biceps, so they're already feeling it. Squeezing up and then coming back down. Feeling those legs energized too when you come up and down. Squeezing when you come to the top and lowering. While this is the upper body section, we are incorporating that lower body. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're now going to come down and lower ourselves, switching our arms so they're now facing in towards our body. So our palms are facing in towards us. We're lifting our arms in front of us and lowering back down. Staying lifted and lowering down while in that second position. If you want an added challenge, when you lift up, you can lift your right heel lower than your left heel. So we're incorporating those legs and those arms. If it's too much, you can just lift your arms like so, no heels. But if you want a little bit of an added option today, you can do that. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're now going to lower those heels, keeping those arms in front of us. We're just going to draw our hands in, squeezing behind us, feeling those shoulder blades squeeze, and straighten out. Squeezing behind us and out. If you want to add in a straightening, you can, so coming up and then bringing our arms out. So feeling those shoulder blades squeeze, bringing those arms slightly behind us, those elbows, just slightly behind our shoulders and coming out. Good. And those arms maybe start to shake. If you need to drop them at any point, please do so. Shake them out and then join me back again. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Grab those hands for a second, shake them out. We're now going to target our lats. So those are the sides of our upper body. It's one of the largest muscle groups in our upper body. Very important to incorporate. We're going to be doing one of my favorite moves that I learned from another instructor, Liza here. We're going to be doing W's. So bringing those arms out to our sides, like we're making a nice star shape, palms facing out, or palms facing out, yeah. We're going to draw our elbows in and then straighten them back out, but this time in the middle. So we were at our sides. Now we're slightly in front of us, drawing in. And then when you come back out, going directly in front of you. So we're going directly in front of you, to the sides, and then directly to your side. And if you want to add in your lower body, you can. Next time you come in, you can plie. So we're in our middle range, then our side range, feeling our lats squeeze here, feeling those shoulder blades squeeze. Good. Really working every muscle group here, our upper body, our lower body, even feeling that core engage a bit. Good. We have 8 more. 7. This is 6. This is 5. 4. 3. We have 2 more. This is our last set. Let's get ourselves back out there one more time. Good. You can come out of that second position. Now we're going to finish up our arm section, going into some slightly different areas of our body, our arms, to target some new muscle groups. So coming into first position, that slight V that we did in our warm-up, we're going to start by doing a double movement. So we're going to do a chest press forward with a plie, coming up, and then a shoulder press up and down. So we're going forward, plie, shoulder press, up, forward, plie, up. We're going to add on in a second, but first getting comfortable with this plie. So we're working our chest as well as our shoulders here. We have 4 more, and then we'll add on. 3, 2, last one. Good. So we're just going to add on by doing that plie. But this time when we do that shoulder press, we're going to lift those heels off the mat and go into releve. So we're coming forward, plie, up, and releve up and down. So we're still working those arms. We're just adding in a slight challenge here, feeling that burn kick in. I'm certainly feeling it. Whew. Good work, everyone. We have 8, 7, this is 6, 5, 4, 3. We have 2 more, we're so close. Last one. Good. Take a minute, drop those hands. That was a challenging little section. So good job, guys. We're now gonna stay in this first position and do another compound movement, working our biceps and then also our triceps. So staying in first position, we're going to curl up twice. So bicep curl 1 and 2, and then we're going to flip those hands so they're now facing in towards our stomach, planting those elbows by our sides, and do 2 tricep extensions. So let me demonstrate here. So you're going to tilt slightly forward and you're going to pulse up 1, 2, flip, pulse, 1, 2. So we're flipping, curl, 2, and then extend, curl, 2. So you're flipping those hands so the palms are facing in towards your body and then out to the side or sides. So we're working our biceps here first, and then we're going into a tricep extension. When we do that tricep extension, making sure we keep that gaze fixed 3 to 4 feet in front of us to avoid straining our neck. Nice flat back here. Good. We have 8, 7, this is 6, this is 5, 4, 3, we have 2 more. Last one, we're going to stay out in that tricep extension area. So extending our arms out, we're just going to flip our palms so they're facing down, back up towards the ceiling, and then below us. So we're flipping our palms facing up and then in towards our body, really feeling that burn in those triceps, keeping that gaze fixed 3 to 4 feet in front of us. Good, we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Straightening up. We're going to now flip those feet so they're facing towards the front of the room, and we're going to work those delts a bit and then finish up with our back. So leaning slightly forward again, we're going to face those palms so they're facing in towards us with a slight bend in those hands. Gaze fixed 3 to 4 feet in front of us. We're doing a fly. So we're opening those arms up towards the side like so, lifting them as high up as you can, and then coming back in where your palms face forward and that gaze just fixed 3 to 4 feet in front of you. Good. Flipping up and down. Slight tilt in that back, around 45 degrees. Nice flat back. Really burning out those arms this morning. Good. Really leaning into the burn, the slight discomfort to challenge yourself while still making sure that we're always taking care of our body and getting out what we really wanted from today's class. So whatever intentions you set for today's class, keep those in mind as we go into our second half. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. To finish up today's class, we're going to target that back with some nice rows. So flipping those hands and those palms so they're facing in towards your stomach. We're going to bring our arms 90 degrees to the sides of us, extend out and back. Good. Feeling those shoulder blades squeeze when you lift those hands up. Maybe picturing there's a pencil in between your shoulder blades and you're squeezing it and releasing it. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. That finishes up our arm section. So you can drop those light hand weights and join me with some quick stretches and a quick sip of water. So I'm going to grab that quick sip of water first. And now we can go into our stretches. So bringing that right arm across your body, grabbing in front of or behind that joint, but not on it, maybe swaying back and forth to music if you're listening to it, or just the sound of my voice, the beat of your own drum, whatever gets you going this morning. And we can bring that arm behind us, pushing down on that elbow, letting those fingers walk behind our spine. I was making my last ever playlist for tomorrow. It's like happy, sad graduation songs this morning. Definitely was not doing, it was definitely making me a little bit emotional this morning, but it's fine. We can bring that left arm in front of us, grabbing in front of her behind the joint. It's very surreal, 1 week till graduation. Yeah, very wild. Bringing that left arm behind us. Good. And then let's quickly stretch out our neck. I'm just feeling like it's a little bit tight for me today. So bringing those hands behind your neck and looking down towards the mat. And using that left hand to grab onto that neck, feeling that stretch on the right side. And then switching to the other side. Good. All right, well, now we're gonna go into our bar section. So coming up to that bar, that chair, that desk, whatever you've been using to rest on, we're gonna start by facing in towards the mat, doing some leg work, and then we'll always be facing in towards this bar, so we're actually not gonna shift. But with both hands on the mat, we're gonna start by walking our feet together so that they're nice and squeezed, our thighs are touching like so. I'm going to demonstrate facing towards you, but if you want to just use both hands on the bar for balance, you absolutely can. You can stay here in this nice squat position and come up and down. So it's a slightly different squat. Those legs are squeezed in towards each other. Those knees still go forward, hips hinge back, proud upper body. But if you want a little bit of an added option, you can join me in lifting those heels off the mat and bringing those legs forward and up. So we're starting off here. I'm gonna come in and flip towards the front to demonstrate from the side. Nice flat back, but those inner thighs are squeezing towards each other. So it's a little bit like a squat, but it's slightly different here. If at any point during this your legs start to shake, that's completely normal. Our legs aren't used to staying here for that long of a period of time. Mine are already shaking. Just means your muscles are working this lovely morning. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying down, we're now pulsing down. So tiny lifts up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you can, keep those heels lifted. We're going to be doing a walkabout. So I'm going to show you from the side, and then you can join me. We're going to step out to the side, come together, out to the side, come together. So you're bringing your feet shoulder distance apart, thighs back together, like so. If you want to use that bar to balance, totally fine. But we're walking in towards each other while keeping that nice, proud upper body, lifted chest, hips hinged back. Good, those legs are definitely starting to shake now for me. If your bar is not stationary like me, making sure it doesn't move too much. Good, we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Now we're going to step back out into that wider stance. So like so. If you need to drop those heels, please do so. Or you can keep them lifted. We're just going to pulse down again, just in a slightly different position again. So we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those heels if you already have it, and just lift that right heel off the mat. We're now in a squat position, but we're just going to pulse down again, really targeting that left glute, leaning into that burn, that challenge this morning. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower that right heel, lift that left, leaning into it. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Lower those legs, come back up. We are going to repeat that on the other side, but first we're going to do something in between to change it up a bit. So bringing those feet together again, hips square towards your mat or bar. You're going to bring your right leg out behind you, keeping those hips square, and with a flexed foot, you're going to bend that leg at a nice 90-degree angle, and you're just going to kick up and then lower that knee to meet the other knee. So we're tilting up and down, really trying to keep those hips square. We're not opening up to the side. If you need to place a hand on your hip, it always helps me to do that. Feeling that in our nice lower glute, upper hamstring. Good. Great work, everyone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one say up, we're going to kick up and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Keeping that leg lifted now, we're just going to straighten that leg with a flex foot and curl back to 90. So we're straightening out, then curling in. This is working that hamstring a bit more, using that bar to balance. Good. Whew, feeling that burn, leaning into the challenge. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job bringing that leg in to finish up this little portion. If that's still 90-degree bend, we're just going to now pretend we're dogs and it's a nice summer day and we really gotta pee. There's a fire hydrant right here. We're gonna lift that leg to the side and close. Working the side of the glute now. We're lifting and lowering. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Lower those legs. That is our little combo. So we're just going to repeat that all on the other side. I'm going to switch my bar just so I can still face you guys, but you don't have to. We're still facing in towards that bar at all times. So placing both hands on the bar again, we're bringing those legs back together, those inner thighs squeezing towards each other. And once again, you have the option to keep those heels on the mat, but if you want to join me, you can lift them up off the mat and go forward and out. So we're now used to this movement, our muscles are. So it's a little bit easier starting off, but also we're a little bit more fatigued since we just did all that work on the other side. Whew. Keeping that proud chest, shooting those hips back, really keeping that same squat form. We're just now having our thighs squeezed together and we're in releve. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying down, we're now pulsing down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying here, keeping those heels lifted if you can. We're walking out and in, out and in. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying out in that nice wider stance now. We're pulsing down again. So those thighs aren't squeezed together. We're like so, pulsing down. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering those heels. Now lifting our right. We're pulsing down again, targeting that left glute for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering that right heel, lifting that left. We have 10. We're so close. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. That is such a challenging combo. So great work, everyone. We're now going to do that flexed foot arabesque combo, and then we'll go down to our mat to do our core and our cool down. So bringing both hands back to the bar, we're going to now curl that left leg or whatever leg you didn't do before while keeping a slight bend in that standing leg. And we're just going to kick up and then bring that knee back together. Once again, if you need to, putting that hand on your hip to make sure we're not opening up towards the side, really feeling that in our glute and hamstring. If you need to, maybe picturing there's a bug behind you and you're squashing it with your heel. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're staying up and pulsing up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying lifted. We're now straightening that leg, but still keeping that flex foot and curling in. So straighten out and curl in. This is working our hamstring. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Bringing that knee in to finish up this leg section. We're once again pretending we're that dog. We have to pee. We're opening up to this side and closing, working the side of that glute. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. That was a challenging leg section, lower body section, so great work, everyone. We're now going into our core and then cool down section. We have 2 little sections for our core. We're doing an earthquake position and then a plank challenge. So joining me first in that earthquake position, we're planting those feet in front of us on the mat. We're bringing our arms in front of us with a flat back. We're tilting back around 45 degrees, right until you feel your core really engaged, that tailbone meets the ground, that 45-degree tilt. And we're just going to stay here and open up behind us and then to the front. So this nice twist here, that's working those obliques as well as those abdominals. Just staying back and forward, looking behind you and coming in front again. Great work, everyone. Feeling that full core engage. Good work. Whew. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying down here now, you're going to pulse down, down. Good work. Pulsing down. So slight lifts down and up, feeling that core engage. Good. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Staying down here now. We're going to bring our hands together and twist to the side, up to the other side. So you can stay with this option, or if you want, you can lift those legs to add in a little bit more work, whatever you're feeling. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Coming back up. We're going to finish off today's class with a little bit of a plank challenge. What we're going to do is a minute-long plank holding, whatever option you want, and then 15 seconds on both sides of our side planks. So a minute and a half altogether will stay lifted. To walk you through our options for this portion, you can stay on your knees like so, holding your plank here. You can come down on your forearms and hold it on your knees. You can come up into a full plank position on your toes, or you can come down and do the same on your forearms. So just picking whatever option you want. While we're doing this, I'm going to cue you with some things to distract us while we're holding this. I will also do my stream of consciousness speaking to also distract us. But picking whatever option you want, we're going to start in 3, 2, and 1 coming up. So starting off, thinking about all the intentions that you set for today's class. You're here on this lovely morning, thinking about everything that you set for today, this week, what you are bringing in to this week, this summer. It's crazy, almost the end of the school year for us, which is just always very weird. All right, to distract ourselves a bit more, we can step out to the right. So stepping our feet out and in, tapping to the sides. If you want to join me, we're over halfway there. You guys are doing great. We have a few more steps. Good. Coming back to the center, let's hold here again. Maybe leaning into that burn that you're feeling in that core. That's that energy, that sun in your belly, sending energy throughout your spine. Maybe shifting forward and back. We have 10 more seconds. You're so close. We're almost there. We're going to get there together. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Dropping those knees onto the mat. We're now going to do 2 15-second side planks, and then we'll go into our cool down. So coming onto your side, once again, we have a few options. You can stay on your knee like so, lifting those hips off the mat, lifting that arm up, or you can come up on your side and stack those feet, stack them like this, and stay lifted. It's whatever option you want. We're doing it for 15 seconds, so not too long. So if you want to challenge yourself, please do so. Just picking whatever option is right for you. We're going to start to finish off today's class in 3, 2, 1. So coming up and lifting, feeling that energy in that right oblique, that whole body. We're so close. This one's really short, so we have 10 more seconds, and then we're just going to twist to the other side, staying lifted. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, bringing your arms down to the mat, and then switching to the other side. We're holding. We have 15 seconds to finish off today's class strong. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Lower those hips onto the mat. Flip onto your belly. That finishes up the work of today's class. Now let's go into our cool down. So regaining your breath. Placing those arms by your shoulders. Let's lift our upper body and our trunk up off the mat to stretch that core, looking up towards the ceiling. Good. Before shooting those hips back and going down into a child's pose, opening up those knees if you want to deepen the stretch in that groin. Breathing into where you feel the stretch and exhaling into that. Walk your hands out to the right to feel that stretch on that left side of your body. Before walking them into the center. And then back out to the left. Getting that stretch on your right side now. Good. Before walking back to the center. Coming up into a tabletop position. Let's stretch our back a bit more by cat-cowing. So arching that back up. And then letting it scoop down, looking up towards the ceiling. So it's like we're a cat. And then we're a cow. Good. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good. Walking that right leg forward into a nice low lunge, keeping that left knee on the mat to just lean into that stretch. Good. Before shooting those hips back, planting that toe on the ground to stretch out that hamstring a bit. If you want to, you can grab that right foot with your hand. Good. We can now bring that right leg back and bring that left leg forward. Feeling that nice stretch in our glute, right knee down, leaning into where you feel the stretch, breathing into it. And then shooting those hips back, flexing that left foot, and stretching that hamstring. Good. We can meet both our feet together now and draping over our body. Let's let our body go limp, maybe creating a little bucket with those hands, nodding your head yes, and then shaking your head no. One more time, yes, and then no. Good. We can release those hands now and begin to slowly roll up, stacking each vertebra of our spine on top of each vertebra, and our shoulders, and then our head. We're going to finish off this class by doing a nice full body stretch to think about all the intentions that we met, set, and exceeded during today's class, this semester, this year, everything. So bringing our hands above our head, linking our hands together, and stretching to the right. Coming to the center, stretching to the left. And then finally, once more in the center, one big final stretch. And bringing those hands to heart center. Thank you both so much, and everyone for coming to all of my virtual classes. I want to thank you all so much. I'm going to stop the recording.